with sort of the arrival of Ollie Palmer, how particularly important was it to get a forward of his style and physique, I guess?
Mentality as well. Obviously, you don't have to be a genius to work out that we've lost our talisman, Harry Smith. Who else in our league would have wanted him? Everybody. How well he played last year. And for us to lose him in the circumstances we have, after we turned down an awful lot of money for him, and he could have bettered himself as well, and we got over that without a bump. There was no bump. He was more than happy to stay here. He wanted to do all of this. So all of that, life can be cruel, and it can also be quirky. After the centre half I was after, then he said, my best mate's Ollie Palmer, and I'm meeting him tonight, and I went, oh yeah, right. What, they're letting him go? Yeah, I'm not sure I knew about it all properly because I wasn't in that market, was I? All of a sudden then. So through that connection, I then get a phone call later on, and it's Ollie Palmer himself. So we had a chat, probably one of the best chats I've ever had on a phone, just about who he was and how it was, and because I knew of him when I was at Grimsby. And just like me, the Grimsby fans hate him, which is quite weird because he scored a lot of goals for them, but we had a bit of a laugh on that sort of front. And obviously I've been following what Wrexham do inside out, because I think it's quite remarkable how they didn't sack their manager the first year when they didn't do it, and they stayed with him and they kept going, and now they've got 3 promotions in a row, and Ollie's been right the way through all of that. So his mentality, everything about him. And when you say style, he scores goals. If that's a style, then do you know what I mean? If you mean he's tall, that's fine, but he's got a lot more than just heading it like Harry has. So, you know, how it's all worked out is almost unbelievable, really, to be perfectly blunt. But the minute I started talking to him, that's what then triggered the fact that I might need some money somewhere. How can I do that? And is that there? And can we do this? And are they still interested? And all of it just sort of slotted in. And the other things he's turned down is quite remarkable, because we've managed to convince him that, why do you want to leave that place with all that ambition and go somewhere else that hasn't got that? So we've convinced him about our ambition. And basically I just said, why don't you meet my chairman after I finished talking, and just go and sit down with him yourself. Hopefully you'll see what I see. And that's what I did. And between it, the next thing you know, he's going to be here. Even yesterday I didn't quite believe it, but he is. Apparently we saw him yesterday. He was an hour and a half late. I'm going to kill him, but other than that, I drove off. I'm not waiting for that. I had other things to do. But I think it's a statement of intent, and what we need to do is nurture what he's been through. And is he the ideal age? Are these all? None of that matters. It's all about what they're going to bring to this group, and the group is the thing that matters. And how neat and tidy and tight we get with our fans, that's what matters. And we should celebrate with each other, not against other people. So we need to be completely siege mentality. Here we go, this is what we're doing, we're not happy with where we are, let's go. And I think I've got 2 new recruits who actually know how to build a group, and have done it together, who are best mates, who can't wait to be back together again. And I call that fate. So it's now down to me to try and pull all of these bits and pieces together. And to have someone of Ollie's ability, who came off the bench the other day and scored 2 against Hull City, what more can I ask? It's almost a dream come true. But I rang Harry yesterday, spoke to him, and said I want to be playing you 2 up front in League One next year, because there's no reason those 2 can't play together, is there? So I haven't replaced Harry at all. What I'm doing is adding to my squad, ready for when he comes back. So, and that's how I'm looking at it. And that's how that group is feeling in there right now. And yesterday, at the start of my meeting, I said that Taff, can you stand up, mate? And I walked up next to him. And there's probably never been such a clear message to the lads. I said, do you think you can win a header or what? Imagine that first ball coming up there. Do you think you can win it? Probably without jumping. Do you know what I mean? I said, sit down. And to be fair, he sat down. He was still taller than me then. So I think my point was made. But to have two people who get on so well, who are so experienced, who've been at the higher levels, and who's also been at the lower levels and fought all the way up through them, breaking records, 3 promotions in a row, to have that coming into our dressing room is unbelievable. I can't wait to see what he says about it, because after their meeting, the chairman and Ollie, something happened. He was only coming here then. No matter what else he's turned down, he didn't even think about it. And I want to thank his wife for letting him come. I want to thank Taff's missus for letting him come, because I won't let you down. They're both worthy of being bigger and better than us at the moment, but I'm so glad they've chosen us. So the talking's got to stop and the work's got to start. And I just can't wait to do it, to be honest.